Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic through and through. I want to welcome you to this platform here today, regardless of what your addiction may be. You're absolutely welcome here. We support all pathways, your pathway to recovery, and whichever pathway it is that you choose, we're here to help, and we definitely want to make sure that it works for you. Last night's crosstalk meeting, again, this meeting is great. If anybody out there listening or watching is local to the area, you need to get to a crosstalk meeting. They're pretty powerful stuff. Last night's conversation, the topics that we talked about were very deep, very meaningful, and I walked away with a lot. But they all centered around one common theme: carrying the message. What does that mean? What does that look like? And I always refer back to the first line of chapter 7 in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Practical experience shows that nothing in so much ensures immunity against drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. Again, you could substitute drugs in there, and that works just the same, right? So nothing ensures us immunity from our addiction as intensive work with other people who share our addiction. That means sharing ideas. That means communicating, talking. That's what the word work means. Everybody says chapter 7 is about sponsorship, and I understand what they're saying when they say that. I get it. But at the end of the day, even sponsorship is nothing more than just sharing my experience, strength, and hope with you, and telling you how I got sober, and you sharing your experience, strength, and hope with me. That's it. It's just communicating. And one gentleman even spoke up last night and said, well, I don't really want to sponsor people, so am I going to stay sober? And the answer is yeah. You know why? Because firsthand, I see this guy. He goes to our QA sessions. He goes to meetings. He engages. He talks. He shares his experience with other people. He listens to what other people are telling him. This guy is always engaged. Even at the fucking Waffle House, talking to the waitress, he will talk about his addiction. He will talk about where he was at. And in the short answer, and that's what we told him, we said, indirectly, yeah, you are sponsoring people and you just don't realize it. See, that's what keeps us sober. That's what keeps us clean. And so for me personally, that's another reason, as I say it every morning, that I do these videos, because I want to stay clean and sober. I remember back, and coming into July of 2021, man, I had zero hope. No hope. Hope didn't even exist. It was a foreign word to me. I was so full of hopelessness and despair, despondency, and now, I stumbled into a room where my sponsor was about 28 days in, and I saw this people with passion, with fire, with excitement for living, and they were clean and sober, and I couldn't wrap my brain around that. And that was another topic we kind of segued into. Carrying the message, we have to carry something that is attractive to other people. Matter of fact, one of the traditions of AA states that our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. Now, keep in mind, public relations and marketing are two totally different things. Two totally different things. Public relations is where you are representing the brand. You are representing AA as a whole. We're representing the organization. We're representing sobriety. And so it's important that if we're supposed to be carrying a message, well, we need to make it attractive to people. I can't walk up to you and say, "Let me tell you how I got sober. It will help you get sober too." If I do that, you're going to turn around and run. Shit, I would. I'd be like, "Yeah, no thanks. Sorry, go eat the Twinkie," or whatever. We have to make it attractive to people, and that's what happened whenever I walked in. There's a room full of these people who are excited about living. Well, that made it attractive to me because I couldn't understand it. I hadn't seen happiness, true joy and happiness in so long, because I was so miserable with myself. And that's when I finally started following my sponsor around. He didn't know it. Well, I think he kind of figured it out eventually, but, because he was the guy, I was like, man, that guy's got what I want. So it's important that when we're carrying the message, we don't fake it. We don't go, "Yeah, I'm happy, joyous, and free," and then I'm going out to the bar. One guy I know, he talks about the AA meetings in his hometown, and the person who would chair that AA meeting, as soon as the AA meeting was over, she'd go down to the gas station and buy a 12-pack of beer. People are going to see, if you're faking it, people are going to see right through it. They just are. So we have to carry the message and make sure that our walking is matching our talking. So often, so many times, I see people who aren't walking what they're talking. And so I want to encourage you, if you want to stay clean and sober, just as the big book says, you have to start communicating, sharing that message, your message of experience, strength, and hope with others. It's a simple. And again, that could be, I mentioned last night, my sponsor, we were here at the Waffle House last week, and he was sharing his experience, strength, and hope with the cashier. No matter where we go, we have an opportunity to spread hope. Because in this day and age, hope is becoming more and more difficult to come by. It truly is. You could turn on the news channel, you turn on the TV, any news channel, and you're just like, what in the world is going on? What's happening today? I need hope. I still need hope. And that's why I love hanging out with these guys and working with these folks that I work with, because they inspire me. They keep me fired up. They keep me excited. They keep giving me hope, and that's the crux of it all. We're all carrying the message, even in our own way. We're carrying the message even in our own way. The one gentleman said he didn't really want to sponsor people, but he's indirectly sponsoring people. That's his way of staying sober. And if that's what works for him, great. See, one of the things we're so susceptible to doing, especially in AA, I've seen it, I think I made this comment last night, it becomes a religion, almost like a religion. Oh, if you don't do it my way, then you're not going to be sober. That's some bullshit right there. My sponsor never told me I have to do it exactly like he did it. No. He said, hey, you got to, here's how I did it. You got to find your own path. I'll help you, but you got to find your own path. And guess what? It fucking worked. It fucking worked, because that's how he was taught by his sponsor, right? So we can become indoctrinated. If you don't do it exactly like I do it, if you don't do it exactly like I tell you to, you're going to fail. Mac is great with his angry Muppet face. I miss Mac. It doesn't have to be like that. What works for you is what works for you. The trick is finding what works for you. You take bits and pieces of people's experience, strength, and hope, and you put it together to see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You can't take bits and pieces of their people's experience, strength, and hope if they're not carrying the message. And if it's not a message that is attractive to you. I encourage you today, ask yourself, am I walking the walk? Am I saying one thing but doing something different? Do I sit there and say, I am happy, joyous, and free? If you want what I have, do exactly as I do. Sorry, dude, I got other things more important to do, like organizing my sock drawer or something. So I encourage anybody, follow me around. Shit, you'll see. But I'm a little probably too happy, joyous, and free when it comes to my sobriety, because I know where I was at. I knew the despondency and the despair and the hopelessness. So even today, I'm still just as excited today for my future as what I was whenever I first got sober. And for that, I couldn't be any more thankful to all those people who helped me along and are still helping me along my journey. So with that being said, I will let you guys go. I hope you guys have an absolutely kick-ass Saturday. And real quick, I want to give a special shout out to two young ladies, Carly and Zoe. I know you guys are watching, and I hope my language doesn't offend you, but I hope too, that you can use these videos to help encourage those people that are most important to you guys to stay sober. So Carly and Zoe, thank you guys for tuning in when you guys do. It's still odd to me that people even watch this. But I know some of you do, so thank you guys. Folks, I want to thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be more appreciative, and I know my family appreciates it too. We'll talk again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.